Hello everybody, thank you for joining us for this sort of experimental practice run for our upcoming stream that we've talked about on Twitter. This is going to be a one-on-one stream with rotating players and characters set in the same universe as our upcoming Sunday night Cyberpunk stream. I am Mike, your DM, and I am joined by Soren, who will be playing his character from the upcoming Cyberpunk campaign, Eeks. Soren, would you like to say a thing or two about Eeks and yourself and what you do?
So, as you may know, I sit here every Sunday and I play Aachen Tribe Killer in our Rime of the Frost Maiden game, and I've been doing the character art for all of the characters here for Eldritch Sky Gaming, and that's what I do. Eeks is a disaster, I think is the simplest way to explain them. They are a changeling sex worker who I have chosen the class Fighter for, and they're going to be a toxic avenger, which is in the Technomancer's tech book that Mike has given us and found on Reddit, which is an amazing supplement for this game. So I'm extremely excited. Basically what the Toxic Avenger does is they get high on drugs and fight things. And you can basically use a bonus action or something. No, it wasn't even a bonus action. It's just a thing that you can do. When you take a drug, you just can activate the catalyst inside the drug and gain extra benefits from it. So that's the TLDR on the class. But yeah, I'm excited to play them. They've got two main personas because they are a sex worker and they need to cater to all of the needs. We've got Eternity, which is the female persona. She's a drow. And Stranger, who is a high elf, and he is the guy. So there we go. I think that's enough basics. The rest you'll find out as they watch.
All right. Cool. Well, then, there's no recap for this game like we're used to. So I guess we'll dive right into it.
Sounds good to me.
San Diego, in the year 2099. 80 years ago, there was a calamity that opened a series of rifts and portals all over the world, allowing creatures and races from every conceivable reality into our own, and then closing behind them, stranding them here. There was war, there was famine, there were monsters ravaging the country, turning most of it into a post-apocalyptic wasteland for some years. Until the Blacklight Foundation rose up. Shady organization that existed before the Convergence. They reclaimed California, what is now known as the Bastion, and created a technological, highly advanced society. And slowly their tendrils crept over the rest of the American wasteland, inserting themselves deeper and deeper. Here we find ourselves at a club called Eden's Garden in the heart of San Diego, where we find Eags doing their work for the night. So, Eags, you have just finished up with a client and gotten cleaned up.
Okay.
And you give me a perception check as you look around the bar.
One thing I didn't build my character for.
18. All
18.
Right. So you're scanning the bar for your friend and another girl that works here named Scarlett. You kicked some clients over her way the other day. Some guys that wanted some specialties that you didn't offer, but you knew that she did. She made some good money off of them and promised to kick you back some of that commission, basically, as a thank you. And she said that she'd bring it with her when she came in tonight. But looking around the bar, you don't see her here.
Okay. And I'm assuming that I probably, like, just came out of, like, the washroom or whatever.
Yeah.
Into the bar from there. Okay. Then I would go up to the bartender and friend, probably, he knows me, and say, "Hey, so Scarlett, she in tonight? I thought she was working tonight."
I haven't seen her so far. She's usually in by now.
That's what I thought too. And she didn't say anything about anything?
I haven't heard from her since last week. I only work 2 nights a week. What do you want?
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm trying to put together a timeline. Shit. Okay. Well, if you do see her, send her my way.
I do.
And then, I think I'd call or text her, I guess.
Yeah.
So we have phones, right?
You've got like super phones.
We have phones.
It's
So yeah,
$20.99.
I'll call or text her.
Are you calling or texting?
Let's call first.
Okay. You call, and doesn't even ring. Goes straight to voicemail.
Okay. Then I will text her instead of leaving a voicemail and just basically say, "Hey, you haven't shown up for work yet. Don't know where you are. Tried calling. Got voicemail. Call me back."
Okay. You shoot the text over, and a couple seconds later, you get a ping back saying that it failed to send.
Fuck. then I'm going to go into the back and find the owner of the club.
Okay. That'd be Mrs. Garvey. Older lady, but she's had a lot of work done, so she still looks pretty good. Still works, too.
You know me with my obsessive note-taking. Yeah, I'll knock on her door, poke my head in, and say, Miss Garvey?
What is
a
it, dear?
Slight problem. Scarlett hasn't shown up for work today, and we're pretty sure she was scheduled, and I just tried texting and calling and got bounce backs.
Well, that's frustrating.
Haven't heard from her in a couple days, or...
She's been in all week. I don't know why she's not showing up tonight.
Okay.
Have you tried calling her boyfriend?
Fuck, no.
Yes.
I'll call him.
Try Joshua.
And I'll immediately start typing in Joshua's number and call him next.
There, like, not even one ring completes before he picks up, and he's sounding kind of manic. And he's like, Eeks, is that you? Are you with Scarlett?
Yeah, Josh, what's up?
Have you heard from her?
No, I was with you.
She's not answering her phone. We were supposed to go out earlier before work.
Yeah, she hasn't shown up yet, and I was calling you in hopes that you might know where she is.
No. I'm on my way to her apartment now. Do you know the place?
Yeah.
Meet me there.
I've been there a couple times. Will do. And I guess we'll hang up and
because it's like the movies. Nobody says bye on the phone. They just hang up.
Yeah. Yeah, and I clearly have a relationship with Josh, so yeah, I'll hang up and turn to Mrs. Garvey and tell her what's going on. Say, we're gonna go check out her apartment. I'm gonna clock out and go make sure that Scarlett's alive.
Well, hopefully she is. If she's fine, make sure that she gets back here. We're short on girls tonight.
I know. We'll
right.
be back. I promise. Duck out and clock out and go
As
to
you
the
walk
apartment.
away, you can hear Mrs. Garvey say, "You're not getting paid for this."
I know.
Alright, so her apartment's a couple miles away. Do you want to try and hoof it or catch a ride?
I'm a pretty person walking. Sure, I'll fucking hitch a ride.
Takes you a minute, but you can flag down a rusted out looking cab that'll pick you up.
Okay.
If you tell him where you want to go, he punches the address in and tells you,
Yeah.
okay, it's going to be about 20 credits to get there.
Okay. And I will give him the 20
off
credits.
You go. The ride is not long. It's about 5 minutes, but give me a perception check.
Okay. 11.
Okay. As you are pulling up to the large apartment sort of mega complex that Scarlett lives in, you're looking up and you can see a large black military basically anti-gravity jet lifting off from the roof.
Okay. Not comforting. As I'll get out of the car, I'll shoot Josh a text just saying I'm here. Ask where he is, if he's already up in the apartment or not.
Okay. As you're getting out, he's standing out in front of the building waiting for you.
Okay, perfect. Then I will look up from texting him and just go, oh, there you are. So...
Yeah, let's go.
Go?
I didn't...
Let's go.
I didn't want to go alone, you know?
Oh, no. I get it.
Yeah, let's go. And you guys head inside, head towards the elevators, go up, and go down the hall to her apartment. As you approach, you see that the door is very, very slightly ajar.
I'm going to hold a handout to Josh to gesture for him to stay back a little bit. Just behind me, just in case. And I will carefully push the door open and peer inside.
Inside is pretty dark. Do you have dark vision? Okay.
I do not.
It's pretty dark inside, and you can't really get a clear view of anything.
I'll crack a glow stick.
Because it's party time.
Because it's party time. Neon orange glow stick, let's go.
You tossing it in?
Yeah. So yeah, you toss the glow stick into the room and watch as, it illuminates everything it passes and lands roughly in the living room area. And illuminates just an apartment in absolute disarray. Chairs knocked over, tables overturned, the screen of the television set into the wall is shattered. It's a mess. Then I'll flick on the lights and start looking around for anything that could be helpful. I don't know if Eags would know what that would be.
Well, the first thing Eags is going to notice when you turn the light on is the spatter of blood on the wall to your left.
Oh, cool. Okay, great. Yeah, I'll get a closer look at that.
Give me an investigation check on that.
12.
Okay. You can't get a professional blood analyst's, analysis out of this, but you can tell that the shot came from the other side of the room, deeper into the apartment, and then splattered toward the door and hit the wall to the left of the door.
Okay. I will walk over to the other side where I think the shot came from and look to see what's over there.
Okay. Give me another
if
investigation
anything.
check.
Eight.
Actually, you know what? Make them an advantage because Josh is here helping you. Even though he is properly freaking out.
So 8
total. Cool.
Sorry, Josh.
Yeah, you don't find anything of note right here. You can definitely tell that, there was a struggle. And with the light on over here, you can see that on the opposite wall to the right, there's just this indent in the drywall and spiderweb cracks, like somebody or something heavy was thrown against it. No blood though.
Okay. Is her computer intact?
Her computer is gone. Ripped out of the wall.
Great. And no other electronics around?
No cell phone, no tablet.
Okay.
In fact, if you're like checking, are you checking like everything electronic in the house? Even the smart HVAC system has been disabled with a virus.
Great. Okay.
And anything that could be torn out was.
Great. Okay. Then I'm gonna look to Josh and say, does she have one of those find my friend kind of apps on her phone? Do you have a ping on where she last was?
Yeah, no, she did. Here, let me pull it up. She set it up on my phone. And he fiddles with his phone for a moment, and he's like clicking through pages and buttons, and he's like, she's not showing up.
No last known location or anything?
Apparently.
Fuck. Okay. Okay, we're gonna follow the blood. Because that's our next best guess. And I'm gonna go back over to the blood splatter and see if there's a trail leading away from that spot.
Give me a survival check. Street survival. 7? Yeah, you don't pick up a trail of blood. You know, you don't notice one.
Okay.
But give me a perception check.
Okay. Four. We're just rolling worse and worse today.
Fighters, baby. Is it combat? No? Tough.
I am built for charisma and, like, 2 other things.
Flexibility.
Yeah. That's acrobatics, right?
That or sleight of hand.
I don't have proficiency in that, but I do have it in acrobatics.
Without proficiency in sleight of hand? Come on now.
I know. I had to choose carefully, though.
Alright, so what's the play? Josh is not doing great, my dude.
Yeah, no. Fuck. I don't... If all of the electronics have been taken out of the apartment and I didn't pick up a trail of blood, and a cab, what about, like, windows? Any of them shattered? Like, leading out to the back?
Windows are not, because, you know, this is a high-rise building. They're very high up. They're very reinforced.
Okay. Okay.
You'll notice some, like, smudges and scrapes on the windows if you look closely at them, but no cracks or anything.
Okay. What does her bedroom look like?
Like it's been tossed through. No blood in here, though.
Okay. Okay. I'm guessing I also have the names, or at least some form of contact information about the guys that came to me about this job in the first place, since I forwarded them
really.
to her.
They were guys who came into the club.
Okay.
And yeah, you didn't take their
Okay.
information and send it over. You basically gave them her professional card.
Okay. Okay. In that case, then, I have at least seen their faces. So... I can at least ask around about them. How long ago did this commission
3 nights ago.
exchange happen? Okay.
And that was on a Saturday night. It's Monday now.
And she had been coming into work up until
Yes.
today, right? Okay. Um... Part of me wants to go home and ask Dad what to do, because Dad works in the medicine field, so he might have an idea of something with the blood. I don't know. Because Eags is very anti-cop, too.
At this point, Josh has, like, just walked out of the apartment, and he's now just pacing in the hallway outside. And after doing this for a few minutes while you think, he stops. Like, he just stops dead in the doorway, and he looks up, like, toward the ceiling, and he goes, Eags? Eags?
What is it, Josh? And I'll look up where he's pointing. Okay, I had assumed the cameras, if they were there, were gone. Yeah, I'll climb up and see if I can disable any, take them down, get footage from them.
You wouldn't get footage from the cameras. You'd have to probably talk to
Okay.
management or find the control room on your own and take a look at the data.
Okay. Then, yeah. Then I'm gonna just grab Josh's elbow and we're gonna go bang on management's desk. Go down to the front of the apartment building and say, hey, so we have a problem. Can we maybe get a look at your security footage for apartment 128?
Sorry, kid. That's strictly against company policy.
Now, why
Well, we
is
can't
that?
just have anybody and everybody looking at our tapes, you know? People got a right to privacy. People live here.
Okay, but hear me out. My friend lives there, and she asked me to do a interior redesign of her apartment, and I don't have the key. So I need a way to figure out what's the best for her apartment. Can you help me with that?
Well, there ain't no cameras inside the apartments. And the cameras ain't gonna help you.
Are you sure?
get in.
Well, no, getting in isn't... That's fine. I just need, like, an idea for colors.
Well, you're definitely asking the wrong guy about that.
Can you help me somehow?
I don't know what you want from me.
Eags will pout at this man and look to Josh like, please, God, help
And
me.
Josh will go, look, man, I'm sorry. That was a lie. My girlfriend lives in apartment 14C, and she is missing. Her apartment's been broken into. Her place has been trashed. There's blood in there, and we need the footage to see what happened. Who was there? Can you please help us out? And he's gonna go, geez, that's some heavy stuff. That definitely sounds like a problem for the cops.
Yeah, that's kind of want to avoid that.
I mean, I don't like talking to cops either, but, you know, someone's missing, you talk to the cops. And then the cops come to me, I give the cops access to the data drives. That's how the system works. If we don't follow the system, the whole system breaks down.
Okay. I'll go talk to the cops. Tell them what's going on. We're gonna go see them in person. Right, Josh? And I'm gonna give Josh a look like, please play along with me on this. And I'm gonna nod back at the management man and say, we'll be back.
All right. Be back with cops. That's right.
With cops. Yep. And I'm gonna lead Josh outside and say to Josh, so, we don't need to get cops involved if we don't want to. Because, fuck them. Here's an idea. We get a cop uniform, and I come back pretending to be one, and slip on in, get the footage that way.
Get a cop uniform?
Honey, that's one of the most popular kinds of things that people ask for at the club.
Like a realistic cop and not a sexy cop?
Fucking a cop.
Why would you have both?
Because fantasies and... Okay, it's mostly the men's uniforms that they have the normal outfit for, but still, it's a thing that we can do, and I don't know how smart that management man is, and I can probably do something to fix it.
Fine. Come on, back to the club. I'll drive.
Thank you.
And, yeah, he'll drive you guys back to the club and just wait outside for you while you get what you need.
Yeah, I'll slip into the back and find one of our cop costumes. I'm totally going to grab two, one of the sexy ones and one of the not sexy ones, just to prove this man a point. Just in case. And I'll rejoin Josh out front.
Okay. You're just getting back in the car and heading back, straight back then?
Yeah. Eags is the kind of person that will absolutely change clothing in the car if they're on a time. So they'll change into the not sexy cop uniform.
Just in case that works.
Yeah.
Okay. So
we'll use Stranger's face for this. We'll use the male persona, Stranger.
Okay.
We'll use him.
You mean the hippie one?
Yeah, the one that looks like Keanu Reeves. Yeah, the one that looks like Keanu Reeves.
Alright. Hippie cop Keanu Reeves. Let's go. Keanu cop go burr.
Because why the fuck not? Oh shit, this means Eags needs to come up with an actual name for this bitch. I never said that this kid was smart. Yeah, okay, I guess we're walking in with Josh again and up to the management person.
And Josh goes, I brought cops.
And Eags is going to clear his throat and say, Yes, my name is Officer. Sure, fuck it. Reeves. We're
Let's
just
do it.
going full force with this. Officer Reeves. I heard there was a break-in. Blood. Apartment 14C.
Yes, I had heard as much as well. From this fine gentleman right here. I told him that he should contact the constabulary post-haste. That was the advice that I gave him.
What he did. I'm going to need to see the tapes.
Absolutely. Yeah. Give me a deception check.
A thing I'm good at, supposedly. 17.
Yeah, he falls right forward. He's like, yes, sir, Mr. Officer Man, come on right back. Just come on back into my office here. I got all the tapes. You can have a look at whatever you want.
Yeah, I'll follow him in and start looking at the tapes that lead to 14C.
Okay. Are you starting at 14C, or?
Yeah, because it's the forefront of the mind. So we'll start at 14C and then look at other stuff.
You start at 14C
after,
and you start scrolling back. You see people coming and going. But as you're scrolling, you spot the moment that you're looking for and stop it immediately. As a group of 5 men, all in black, walk down the hallway, stop in front of Scarlett's apartment, and the leader of them, you would assume, who is a rather large, burly, bald man with a beard, wearing a heavy black coat, but you did get a glimpse at the combat armor that he was wearing underneath it. Dude's fully decked out.
okay.
And 2 of the men who are with him you recognize as the would-be clients.
Okay.
So they walk up, knock on the door. You see the door open for a split second before going to slam back shut again. And as it does, big guy just strong arms it and forces it open. And you see the 5 of them walk in.
Okay.
You see the muzzle flash of a gunshot. And then stillness for a few moments. And then you see these 5 men walk back out again with a body bag that the big one's carrying over his shoulder.
Great. Any identifying marks on these black coats?
Give me a perception check.
Or the combat armor? Nat
Very
20,
nice.
so 21.
Yeah, as you're looking at them, like, the cameras are pretty decent. They're high enough resolution that you can get a decent look at their chrome. And they're pretty high tech. Like, definitely not civilian market, possibly Blacklight.
Okay. Then I will follow the cameras back down towards the front, see when they exit. See if there's any commotion over these 5 men carrying a body bag out of an apartment complex.
So you follow them on the cameras, and you do see a couple people stick their heads, like open their doors and stick their heads out, and as soon as they see these men carrying the body, just immediately pull back in, shut the doors, lock them behind them. And you do notice that these men don't go downstairs. They go upstairs to the roof. Judging by the timestamp, this happened roughly 10 minutes before you and Joshua went upstairs.
Okay. Okay, are there any cameras on the roof?
Yes.
What kind of stuff do they show me
see
up
the
there?
men get into the helo, load Scarlet onto it, close up the doors, and take off.
And that was definitely a Blacklight
Yeah,
helicopter?
the helo is branded with the Blacklight logo.
Okay. Then I will back out of the security room and thank the management person for
Oh yeah,
that.
absolutely. Anything I can do to help our boys in blue. You know that about me. I love the police, and I will be happy to deal with the police anytime, anywhere. That's me.
Very appreciated. Is there a way for me to get a copy of these?
Absolutely. You just want what you watched? Okay, yeah, 2
Yeah.
seconds. And he taps some buttons, loads a data shard into the drive, lets it upload, pulls it out, hands it to you.
I'll take it and thank him again. And I'll turn to Josh and say, have some developments, come talk with me. And I'll lead him back outside away from the management
Like, yes,
man.
sir,
And
Mr. Officer,
say,
which is who you are.
as soon as we're out of sight of the management person, I'm just going to elbow him slightly.
I'm not good under pressure.
Neither am I. But I'm pretty sure it was Blacklight.
That's not good.
No. Saw 5 guys, and they... Did you see the helo leave when I pulled up?
Yeah, I saw it flying off.
That's what they took her in. I don't know how to track that shit.
And here is, well, where we will introduce the I Know a Guy mechanic.
Okay.
At this point, you may simply say, if you want, I know a guy, and make up an NPC that you know. Maybe he's a hacker,
Okay.
maybe he's a helo pilot or a mechanic, whatever you think might be useful. And then you're going to roll a d20 for me.
Okay. Yeah. I know a guy. Let's say he is a helo pilot. That's a 7 on the d20.
Okay. So you do, in fact, know a guy. A mechanic that goes by Riggs. He's very,
Okay.
he's a pilot that goes by Riggs. He's very good, very sought after as a pilot, and you do know him. But the last time he did a favor for you, it didn't go so great for him. So you can ask him for help now. But he probably won't want to, and it might cost you.
Yeah. Okay. I think Eags is willing to try it anyway. So, pull out phone and call Riggs.
He answers after a few rings. Riggs here.
Hey, Riggs.
Jesus
It's Eags.
Christ.
I know, but kind of have an emergency. One of the girls from Eden's was killed this morning, I think. and I'm pretty sure found blood in her apartment, and I'm pretty certain Blacklight took her.
That is way above my pay grade. The last time I did a favor for you, I lent you a car. And you got high and wrecked it.
At least I lived. That's always a bonus if people live during car wrecks,
Yeah, I guess
right?
that's what they say.
Yeah. Look, I'm sorry about that. I really am. Is there anything that you can tell me about helos that Blacklight has or anything? You don't have to get involved. Just give me any information you may know off the top of your head. Get you a discounted
Give me a
Edens.
persuasion check.
19.
That's a pretty good persuasion check, and just says, fuck. Jesus, Eeks. I ain't getting involved.
That's okay. That's fine. You don't have to.
It's a place out in Old Oceanside. Abandoned warehouse district. They got a landing pad there. Not a lot of people know about. If they're trying to move something, do something shady, they're probably going to use that as a launch point.
Okay. You got directions?
Yeah. Just check your phone. And he hangs up, and then your phone beeps, and it's the coordinates for the place.
I'm gonna send him like 800 heart emojis and sparkle emojis as thanks. And also tack on a discount code that he can use at Eden's Garden.
Alright.
And then I'm gonna turn back to Joshua and say, look, coordinates. Landing pad, Old Oceanside. Might be worth a shot.
Great. Blacklight.
Yeah. Yeah.
Alright. Then he goes out to the car, and before going to the driver's seat, he opens up the trunk, pulls out some medium light body armor, and straps it on over his shirt, puts his jacket on top of that, and then pulls a shotgun out of the trunk, closes it, and gets in the driver's seat.
Okay, since we're doing all of that, I'm gonna need to go home and get my shit too.
It's like, fine, you make it quick.
I will.
Alright.
And I'll give him the address to my apartment.
And he will take you there for your gearing up montage. And right
Hell
now,
yeah.
I think that we'll take a quick break and be back in
Sounds
a few
good.
minutes. Everybody who's hanging out, thanks for hanging out
Sounds
for
good.
our little test experiments. We will be back shortly, and we'll see you then. everybody. We're back. Thanks for hanging out. Time to continue this rescue mission. So, we were just heading back to Eags' apartment so that Eags can grab their gear, weapons, armor, the like. Walk us through that, Eags. Give us the mental
so
montage.
Eags is going to go first to their bedroom, where they have 2 machetes hidden, one under the bed and one in the closet, and they're going to set those down on top of the mattress and change out of their not work clothes anymore, because they changed into a bratty police uniform. So they're going to change out of the police uniform and into their own kind of sleek combat suit and pull that on. And then they're going to go back over to the living room, where they have a hidden little safe and 2 pistols inside of it. And on these pistols, they each have a name engraved on them. One is engraved Eros, and the other is engraved Mania. And if we go back to the machetes that they're going to pick up and slide on last before walking out the door, those on the handles are engraved Ludus and Pragma. And once they're all ready and no longer wearing stranger's face, they're going to walk back out to meet Joshua. That's his name.
And whose face are they wearing right now?
Their own.
Okay. Josh sees you walking up, geared to the hilt. He's like, well, you ready?
As I'll ever be, I guess.
Alright. He goes over to the car, waits for you to get in, starts it up, and starts driving to Old Oceanside.
I'll get it. As we drive, I'm going to reach over and turn on the music, just to play something that's distracting.
It is nearly an hour-long drive from where you are in San Diego to Oceanside. So you've got some time.
Okay.
Josh is going to be like, so what's the plan? Are we going to assault a Blacklight compound? Because I'm
sure as fuck hope
down,
that's not the
but
plan.
that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
I am inclined to agree with you, and I know about 4 people who would have my head if that's what we're doing. But, no. I kind of just want to go and get a look around, see what's going on, and then make judgment calls later.
Alright. This is your plan.
I'm gonna be real with you, Josh. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing.
You think I know what the fuck I'm doing?
I know. As long as we're both on the same page of not knowing what the fuck we're doing, everything should be fine.
I know that was supposed to make me feel better. That didn't make me feel better.
I'm really good at not doing
Isn't
that.
that your job?
Not in this way.
Okay. Fair.
Reassurances inside are much easier than reassurances involving guns and sharp objects and blacklight.
Alright. And, yeah, you guys drive for a while. And you start to approach Oceanside, and there's still people living here, on the southern side of the city of Oceanside. Mostly a shanty town, more or less. Very run-down, decrepit. The roads are filled with potholes and cracks, with strange new plants that didn't used to exist growing through them.
Okay.
Off in the distance, you can see pretty much on the horizon this enormous square black building that takes up a good chunk of the horizon from where you are, and you'd recognize it on sight. You know, you've heard about it. That's called the Hellmouth, the Pendleton Hellmouth. Basically, it was the original gate that opened that distorted reality enough to open the rest of the rifts that created the world that now exists.
Okay.
Nobody knows what goes on in that building. Nobody knows if the Hellmouth is closed or still open or what. They just know that Blacklight's got it locked down.
Okay. Okay.
And as you see that in the distance, following the directions, Josh turns off and goes a little deeper into the northern, more or less abandoned portions of Oceanside. And yeah, turns down through side streets, this weaving maze of streets that are still serviceable, that one can actually drive on. Give me a perception check.
Okay. Is it gonna go through? 19.
Okay. As you guys are probably just a minute or two away from the coordinates, you see pulling out of the gates of one of the warehouse buildings up ahead this large, looks like it was once a military truck, like, you know, covered wagon sort of truck, but rusted to hell and covered in just spikes and bones and all kinds of really aggressive looking shit. Give me a history check.
Okay. 16.
That's a scaver truck. They
Okay.
either kidnap people or find bodies to rip the cybernetics out of to resell on the black market.
Okay.
And they pass you guys going the opposite direction.
Shit. Okay. And that's scaver,
Yeah.
like short for scavenger. Correct. Pulling out of the gate that presumably leads to the Blacklight
Indeed.
place. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. I'm gonna point that out to Josh in case he didn't notice it.
What are you like saying to him? Are you just pointing out the truck or saying those were scavers?
Yes. I'm gonna point at the truck and say, those are scavers, and if they're involved in this, then we should be tailing them, not Blacklight.
It's like, shit. Kind of a relief. Alright, got it. And before you guys actually reach the gates of the facility, he pulls over, turns around, and starts tailing the truck at a pretty far distance.
Okay. So Josh, I'm worried about the fact that scavers are coming out of Blacklight facilities.
Yeah, that's fair. That's a fair thing to be worried about. I don't know what that means. What does that mean?
Means Blacklight is probably working with scavers and paying them a lot of money for cybernetics.
Blacklight wouldn't be working for
I
Scabbers.
agree. No, Scabbers would be working for them.
Okay. Let's follow him. Let's see where this road takes us.
Okay. Yeah, let's do that.
It just keeps tailing him from a relatively safe distance. And you follow them for probably 10 or 15 minutes as they wind through the abandoned old roads of Oceanside, and eventually pull up to what used to be Oceanside High School, and is now a fortified scabber fort, basically. The gates have been covered in wood and corrugated steel, lined with razor wire and rusty steel pikes on top, with a gate manned by two armored figures wearing long coats and hoods.
Okay. I'm gonna recommend to Josh that we wait for the truck to get pulled in first.
And yeah, he's got no problem with that. He's pulled over like way down the street, watching them pull in.
Okay. So we have a couple ways that we could try and break in. Could either cut some of the fencing or just walk
the
up
not
and
like chain link. It's
start
like,
shit.
Like iron bars. And then that is covered with wood and corrugated steel.
Always climbing the fence and risking injuring yourself. Yeah, I guess we only really have one option, and that's just walk in and act like we belong. Which, not a great idea either.
Yeah, you would know off the top of your head that probably would not work.
That would lead to death very quickly. We could also always wait for another one of their trucks to come in, sneak up behind it, and latch on underneath and get in that way.
That sounds risky too.
This whole fucking operation's risky. Fuck.
Alright, look. Do you think you could take those two guards out?
Yeah.
Okay.
Shouldn't be
It's
so
like,
hard.
I see some cameras up there. I can hack those.
Can you get rid of them?
I can shut down their eyes.
Perfect.
Clear the way for you, basically.
Okay.
But
Okay.
if you make noise,
Yeah.
nothing I can do.
Okay. So, job for Ludus and Pragma. Sure. Get those cameras shut off for me, and I'll take care of them.
He looks around and spot what looks like a electrical box with a control panel on the sidewalk, kind of in the shadows. And he's like, "All right, I'm gonna get over there. I'm gonna start hacking. When I give you the signal, move in."
Okay. Quick question before we do that. Don't kill me for asking this, but you got anything in this car that's special?
Jesus fucking Christ! Are you
Drugs?
serious, Eads?
I am fucking serious, actually, yes. Do you or not? I don't give a shit what it
do you
is.
want?
Anything.
I got a couple.
What do you
different
have?
things. What do you want?
Give me grind. Or Valhalla. One of those two.
Grind is. Here you go. And it gives you 1 dose of grind.
Thank you. And I will take that. Need to swap on my character sheet from amp to grind. If it will let me. If D&D Beyond loads fast enough. Okay. That's what I thought. That is the strength one. Okay. Yeah. So they're gonna pop some grind before they hop out of the car. And I need to make a addiction saving throw for that,
yes.
I think?
I'm trusting you to know how that works.
Let's look it up really fast. That's not the helpful thing. Okay. You gave me grind, so DC 15 con save. 22.
Alright. You are not addicted.
Alright.
You are still in control of your vices.
Wonderful.
For now.
Okay, so for an hour after consuming, I can add 1d4 to strength checks and strength saving throws. And during this time, I can gain advantage on strength ability check or a saving throw or an attack using strength. And then Catalyst, if I choose to activate it, I can add 1d4 to attack rolls for 1 minute. It doesn't say if it matters for Grind or Valhalla. So they both say the same thing. Valhalla is just the Dex version of this. So I think it applies to all attack rolls, regardless of strength or Dex. Keyword being think. But yeah, okay.
Alright.
You just Okay. Yeah. So I guess I will, after popping that, or injecting it, however the fuck this works, I will sneak up to the guards as quietly as I can once Josh gives the signal.
Okay. Josh will give the signal, and you will get out of the car and start to sneak up. Give me a stealth check.
Yep.
That is a
19.
pretty good stealth check. It's gonna put us on this map over here.
Excellent.
So yeah, you are stealthy. You will at least be able to get up to this one that's closest to you.
Okay, so like there-ish or
so like
closer?
The fence is right here. They're standing about 5 feet in front of it. So you can probably kind of get a little bit behind them, coming up at that angle, to get a surprise attack basically on that guy.
Okay. Then yeah, I'll do that. Come up behind him and get a surprise attack, and this gave me for a minute. I'll activate it when it matters. 16 to hit. 9 piercing.
Okay. You're level 5, so you do get 2 attacks.
Oh.
Because this is basically
sure.
a surprise round consisting of you.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll do 2. 11 on the second hit.
11 will not hit. So you get one good whack on the guy, and like his right arm is cybernetic, and you just drive your machete into the place where the chrome meets flesh, and there's this spurt of sparks and blood as he starts to yell. And this guy over here obviously takes notice. So now we do initiative.
Oof. That's the worst possible initiative roll that I could get.
It's not great. Not great.
And I'm not using the UA changeling, so I don't have that cool reaction thing. Not that it matters, because I'm in my true face anyway. But...
Alright. So we're going to start with that guy. First, we're going to find some music.
Hell yeah.
There we go. Alright. So, this one that you just hit is going to turn and he's going to have a hidden blade that comes out of his mechanical arm. Come and swipe at ya.
Alright.
That's definitely going to miss. He's going to take a second attack. That's going to be an 18 to hit.
That hits.
That is going to be 12 slashing damage. Ouch indeed.
Ouch.
And that is his turn. And this guy's gonna see what's going on. He's gonna turn around. He's gonna start opening the gate.
Okay.
And your turn.
If I wanted to put one of my two swords away and pull out one of my guns instead. Full action.
That would be a
or...
bonus action.
Okay. That is fine by me. Because I have the two weapon fighting and can do fun shit now. So I'm going to pull out my pistol, and with the gun fu thing, being within 5 feet of a hostile creature doesn't impose disadvantage on ranged attack rolls. So I'm gonna shoot him point blank with arrows.
Okay, that's definitely gonna hit. And yeah, you just in a fluid motion sheathe your machete and draw a pistol and bring it up and just point blank right in his face, pop a shot off, and there's a hole in his head and the back of his skull explodes as he falls to the ground.
Perfect. And then, movement, I will go up to the other guy and slash him with Ludus. With a nat 20.
You know how I do my nat 20s? Max damage.
Yeah, I do.
Plus
I
bonuses.
just need to do math. So, 12,
15?
15.
That will kill him outright.
Perfect.
So the guy didn't really get any yelling. Well, not much yelling off. And wasn't able to open and get through the gate. Give me a perception check.
So fix that and suction. 21. Sorry, subtract 2 from
19.
that.
Yeah, you can
19,
see
yeah.
in what looks like the old administration building that has also been fortified inside the gate. You can see the doors opening, and you can see 3 more scabbers coming out. Not like with purpose, more like a what was that sort of thing. It'll take them a minute to get
Is there anything that I can hide behind?
I mean, you could move down the street and hide behind, like, some electrical boxes or something. They will probably be on high alert if they find these bodies, though.
Okay. Would it be possible for me to carry both of the bodies and drag them away?
With an athletics check, yes.
Okay. Let's see.
Damn.
Nat 20.
Yeah, you rush over, grab the far one, and just grab him by one arm and start dragging, and then pick the other one up with your other hand and just start dragging behind you like you're Naruto running in slow motion.
Perfect. Yeah, I'll
you're
hide
able
these.
to
far
get
enough away.
a little ways down into the shadows outside one of their spotlights, and literally just stuff the bodies under a derelict old car.
Okay. Perfect. And then I will wait and see what these other 3 goons are doing.
Yeah, so after a minute they reach the gate, and you see the gate open, and these 3 guys come out and they look around, and they're looking at, where their guards should be, and there are fresh bloodstains there, but they do not notice them over all of the other dried bloodstains and rust all over their shit. And you see one of them look around and just scratch his head. And he goes, Dad! Guys, where are you? You got a job to do. And he just looks around for a moment and he's like, ah, fuck. Alright. You go let the boss know that Tad and Dad went AWOL. You and me, let's split up and look for him, I guess. And one of the guys goes back in toward the building, and the other 2 split up. One starts walking down the sidewalk towards you, one starts walking in the opposite direction. They are currently about 80 feet away.
Okay. I'm gonna wait until the one that's coming towards me gets close enough.
Okay. Are you hiding? Or...
And if I'm hiding behind an electrical box with these 2 bodies piled on top of each other behind me, I'll hide badly with a 9 stealth check.
Okay. So as you're hiding there, this guy walks up and can pretty easily see you around the box. Like your machete handles are sticking up from the top. Your hair buns are sticking out.
Paperweight skin doesn't reflect very well.
And he's gonna draw his gun on you and point it at you and say, "Hey, stop right there." Oh my god, oh my god! Tad! Thad! Oh my god, no, not Tad and Thad. No. They were the best
guards,
brothers.
aren't they?
They were the best of all of us.
Yeah, but not really good at their job, huh?
And he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna enjoy this."
Maybe not as much as I will, though.
Gun. He's gonna get one shot off at you before initiative starts.
Okay.
That's gonna be a 16. Okay.
That hits.
It's gonna be 8 piercing damage. And
Okay.
now it's initiative time.
Please roll higher than a 4.
Sorry, no can do.
It's higher than a 4. It did technically give me what I asked it to.
Alright, well then, he goes again. His gun jams.
Excellent. I do like the sound of that.
Yeah, so that's his turn. Your turn.
We're gonna draw, since I had to have put my weapons away to drag the bodies, we're gonna drop both my pistols and pop one and click the other one. Pop 2. A 25 and a 19 to hit.
And this man is going to die in front of your eyes.
Wonderful. Good. See, I told you you're not going to enjoy it as much as I am. And I'm going to go over and pull his body on top of the pile that I'm making behind this electrical box.
And as you're pulling his body back to the pile, you look over and you can see that second guy who was walking the other way heard those gunshots and is coming right back around. He's going to take him probably a couple turns to get there, so you got time. But he's kind of he's
how far
probably
away is he?
about 120 feet away.
Okay. Yeah. I'll wait until he's a little bit closer.
And then.
But I'm gonna stay where I am. Yeah. Once he's close enough, within 30 to 90 feet, then I will shoot him too.
Okay, so 30 or 90 feet. How close are you letting him get?
Let's go with 30.
Gets within 30 feet. And yeah, you can shoot him. Give me a shooty roll. That's gonna
22.
hit.
13 piercing on that.
You hit him. You hit him hard. Square in the chest. And you can see like a little bit of blood, but mostly like black oil and lubricant spilling out. It looks like you hit one of his synthetics.
Okay. Do I get a second shot on
yes.
this one, or no? 11 to hit on that one.
And he's gonna run up and shotgun.
Ooh. Okay.
That's gonna be a 16 to hit.
That hits. I hope Josh also has healing drugs in his car.
Rolled low. 9 piercing damage.
Okay. Well, I am officially at half, under half.
And that's your turn.
I'm gonna pop another cap on him. 22
You
to
murder this
hit?
man.
Wonderful. Onto the pile his body goes to.
It's like this is just playing Hitman at this point. Gonna kill one guy, gonna put him on a pile. Gonna kill one guy,
Yeah,
gonna
exactly.
put him on a pile.
I should start doing this in Cyberpunk 2077. Yeah. Instead of just running people over with my motorcycle and car.
This is the way.
Yeah, once they're out, I'm gonna look around and see where Josh went.
Josh is hiding behind the car.
Okay, I'm gonna go up to him. Bleeding out of several gunshot wounds, and say,
Jesus,
okay.
Are you okay?
I'm alive. Do me a favor and don't tell Zinc, okay? Okay? This is between you and me.
Okay, fine. You're doing me a favor here.
Okay.
What do you? I gotta. Do you have a med pack? You look like you need a med pack.
Yeah. I definitely need a med pack. You have one? Or
and
3?
He'll go into his trunk and pull out a first aid kit.
Okay.
And pull out a large pressurized hypo syringe and run up and just jam it into your leg and thumb it, and you can just feel it. It's like just this instant decompression followed by massive compression in your veins, and you feel this sort of chill run through your body as the serum being injected warms up to your body's natural internal temperature, and your wounds will start to heal over almost instantly.
Okay.
So roll 44 plus 4 for me.
11.
You get 11 hit points.
That's better than the 20 that I was at.
That is true. That is true.
Okay, first of all, fuck. Secondly, they sent a guy to go back to the boss and tell him that their guards are missing. And there's 4 of them dead now.
Okay, that's a problem. 1 second.
Mm-hmm.
And he looks at his tablet, and you can see that he's still wired in to the system. And it looks like he's been going through the internal security cameras, looking through them after having shut them off for their viewing. And he looks through it, and he holds it up to you. And he says, "Look here. This looks like some kind of, and what you see looks like something out of Hostel. It looks like a storage room of bodies that have mostly been gone through and scavenged. And there's 2 distinct piles in the room. Already scavenged and waiting to be scavenged. And among those bodies, you see Scarlet. And she's moving.
Okay, do we have any idea of where in the building this is?
This is in the basement. Basement of the administrative building. And look here. And he swipes to one of the other cameras, and you can see that what is clearly the boss, who is just this huge, over-augmented guy, literally has a mechanical third arm that is just a huge cleaver. And he is accompanied by 2 guys, and you see that guy from earlier that went back to tell the boss. He's walking into the room right now. As boss is finishing up with one.
Well, fuck. Well, I certainly don't want to fight him. And he's just gonna tap the screen and point at the big guy with the cleaver arm. Okay, so we're gonna have to sneak in. You ready for some stealth mission? More stealth mission?
I mean, yeah.
Hey man, she's your girlfriend.
I got something for this.
You want to be the big damn hero, right? Save the day. Woo the girl.
Yeah.
Save the girl.
And he goes back into his trunk and opens a case within where he kept, his shotgun and armor and everything. And he's gonna grab something that's about the size of a cell phone, but it's more just like a steel box with a few buttons on it. And he says, "Here."
What is this?
It's a stealth field. Low caliber. It bends light, but not that much. Pretty much makes you a little more shadowy when you're in the shadows. You step into direct light wearing it, you'll stick out like a sore thumb.
Okay. Yeah. This'll be good. Might help if I don't look like this either. And they'll change into their drow persona to blend in just a little bit better with the shadows.
Okay. And for mechanical purposes, once activated, this device will last for 1 minute. It only has one charge, and it will give you advantage on stealth rolls when you are not in bright light. So as long as you're in dim light or darkness, you have advantage on stealth rolls. But if you step into bright light, you have disadvantage on them.
Okay. All right. Shall we go then?
And he cocks his shotgun like a guy in a movie and says, "I guess."
All right. And I will lead him in through the gate and try to find a way to get in that isn't blatant.
Okay. Give me a perception check.
Okay. 19.
You have a +1. I don't think you've rolled less than a 15 on perception this whole time.
I think you're right, which I think is hilarious because none of my other characters with low perception ever rolled as good.
Yes, you can see a ladder over on the side of the building that leads up to the roof. And you're pretty sure you could get into the roof.
Okay. Up the ladder we go.
And as you guys are going up the ladder, you see Messenger Boy and Boss Man coming out the front door and walking towards the front gates.
Okay.
In the meantime, you get up onto the roof.
And look for an entrance
and
through
find
the
an
roof.
access hatch.
Excellent. Down the hatch we go.
Locked from the other side.
Fuck. There aren't any other hatches around? Okay.
It does have a control panel.
And is there only the...
You could either try to athletics it, or you could have Josh attempt to hack it.
I have advantage on an athletics check that I want. for an hour. It has not been an hour since I took that yet. So yeah, we'll take the advantage on that.
Give me that roll.
15.
That's pretty good. Yeah, you brace yourself. This is an old hatch, and while it's got relatively sophisticated electronics, it has rusted and weakened over its long lifetime. And you grab onto the hatch by the handle and you just plant your feet on either side of it and start pulling. And your muscles strain, but you can feel the progress that you're slowly making as the rusted metal and cement around it simply cracks and gives way. And you just yank this thing up with a small puff of dust and debris.
Okay.
Directly below it, about
here we
2
go.
feet down, is a metal catwalk that looks over the main area of the building.
Okay, and if I peek down, is there anyone down there?
You don't see anyone on the catwalks.
Looking around?
There are the 2 people that were with the boss before he left, but just those 2 now, and they're down on the main floor.
Okay, then I'm going to, as quietly as possible, jump down onto the catwalk.
Stealth check. Yikes.
Nat 1.
Yikes, my dude.
My luck had to run out.
Yeah, you gotta jump down and you just fall on your weight wrong and just fall down into the metal grates. There's a loud clattering, and you can hear the guys below going, "Huh? What was that?" "Oh, better investigate."
I'm gonna scramble to my feet as quickly as possible and move away from that spot.
Cool. So everything up here is dim light. Oh, you know what? Hold on, that stealth check should have been an advantage because you weren't in bright light.
Oh.
There we go. Yes. You land with much more cat-like grace. That's what it looks like when you reload a quick save in D&D, guys. Yeah, so you're on the catwalk. Those 2 guys are just hanging out down below, shooting the shit.
Okay. I'm gonna try and get down from the catwalk
Okay,
to the ground floor. But wait.
Well, they're sort of like in the center of this atrium-style room, and there are 2 ladders on either side of the room that you see leading from the catwalk down to the main floor.
Okay.
Now give me a perception check.
There we go. A 3.
That's about right. Yeah, nothing at all. No reason I asked. Don't worry about it.
Okay. Okay. From up here, can I see if there's a latch or a door that goes downstairs?
That was your failed perception check.
Okay.
So you're gonna have to look at the main floor now.
I'm gonna... Okay. Then I will slide down one of the ladders to go look from the main floor.
When you get to the main floor, give me your stealth check at advantage. And then either a perception or investigation check, your choice. And yeah, your stealth.
They have the same bonus. So, 16 for perception.
Yeah, you do notice one of the double doors in the dimly lit back of the room. There is a sign on the wall, dirty and smudged over with, you probably don't want to know what, but it's clearly the symbol for stairs.
Okay. Then I'm gonna sneak over that way. I'm just gonna turn on advantage until told otherwise. 18.
Okay. Yeah, you're able to get into the door and down there, and once you get down into the basement, where the camera footage was, there's nobody down there.
Perfect.
And yeah, it smells terrible. It smells exactly what you think a room filled with dead bodies would smell like. And off in the yet-to-be scavenged pile, you can see Scarlet's body, sort of twitching here and there, and like trying to move. It looks almost as if she's been drugged.
Okay. I'm gonna go up to her, and can I do a medicine check to see if I may recognize the symptoms of the drug that she took?
Yeah, give me a medicine check.
8.
You're not sure, but it looks good.
Okay. Okay. I'm gonna try and if she looks like she's not quite there, I'm just gonna try and shake her to see if that'll wake her up more.
It doesn't seem to have any effect, no.
Okay. Then she is going on my back, and we're doing the reverse of what we did last time. So sneaking back out with her on my shoulders.
Okay. So you get back up to the main room. What's your plan from here? You trying to get back up to the catwalk and the roof?
Yeah. To the best of my ability with a person on my back.
So give me your stealth check to get up to the catwalk. Just a regular stealth check, so it would be 13.
Okay, so the 13.
As you get up onto the catwalk after climbing the ladder, you get to and climb the ladder without drawing any notice. But once you get up there, while dealing with the shifting weight of Scarlet on your back, you stumble and make some noise. And now you hear the guards go, "Huh? What was that?" "Well, we'd better investigate." Then you see him start walking towards both ladders.
I'm gonna try and... Okay, I'm gonna book it to where the hatch is.
Okay. So, not stealth?
At this point, no.
Okay.
At this point, no.
You've got Scarlet on your back, and you are just booking it. And as soon as your heavy footfalls start hitting the metal grating, it pretty much announces your presence, and those guards are like, "Hey!" and start firing, randomly up at you. Let me roll for them real quick. Nat 1 and a 3. Cool.
So neither of those hit.
Beans. And yeah, you're able to get to the ladder that goes to the roof and hurry up with Scarlet still on your back. But yeah, those guys are coming up after you. You're basically a couple rounds ahead of them.
Yeah, I'm gonna hand Scarlet to her boyfriend and tell him, get down to the ground and avoid the big guy if you can, and get to the car and fucking go. Don't wait for me.
Fine. Here. And he reaches into a pack and shoves another med pack at you.
Thank you.
And then, yeah, he just
Go.
links her arms around his neck and starts climbing down the ladder to the building, carefully and slowly.
If I'm not there in 5 minutes, just fucking go.
Don't gotta tell me twice. So what's the plan here?
I'm gonna wait because one of them was closer than the other in theory. So I'll wait until one of them shows, because taking them on one at a time is easier. Get rid of them, and then go down and if I survive, go down, sneak past the big guy and catch up to these two.
So are you just waiting by the hatch then?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Are you using your machetes or pistols?
We'll use the machetes.
Okay.
We'll use the
So
machetes.
you're waiting for dude to pop his head up, basically.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then in that case, once he does pop his head up, you can make your surprise round attacks at advantage, because there's not really anywhere he can go.
Oh, at advantage? I'll just roll a second d20 for that. So 19 for that one. And then the second one,
Those are both
the
gonna
22.
hit.
So 8 piercing.
Piercing damage total? He does not go
Total,
down.
yeah. That's okay.
And he uses the rest of his movement to get up out of the ladder and sort of dodge roll off to the side of your attacks. And he's going to come up with a robotic claw and just try and jab it at you.
Okay.
That's going to be a 12.
Nope.
All right.
Nope.
Your go.
1 and 2. So 20 and a 14. 9 and 4, so
And
13
that kills
piercing.
this guy.
Perfect. I'm gonna make a move towards the ladder, but not go down it and wait for the other guy to come up here.
Okay. You see him, you could just barely see the bottoms of his legs and his feet from your vantage point at through the hatch. And he seems to have stopped. It looks like he saw you just kill his buddy there. And he's not coming up.
Okay.
Instead, you hear the click of a radio. And he says, "Boss, they're on the roof."
Okay. Then I'm gonna hop down the hatch.
Okay.
And I'm gonna look this guy in the eyes and say, I really wouldn't have done that if I were you.
He just goes, "What the fuck?" And then he's gonna shoot at you.
Okay.
That is gonna miss. That's gonna miss pretty hard.
Okay. Okay. He's gonna get 2 machetes to the face then. Or attempts.
That was a
that
miss
was...
and a crit.
Oh, whoops, and I rolled the crit with the gun. But I'll give you the damage for the sword, since that's
Okay.
what I said I was going to use. So that's 15 piercing.
Yeah, you straight up cut this guy's head off.
Perfect. And then... I have no way of knowing if the boss is going to come in through the main door or if he's going to go up the ladder to get to the roof.
Give me a perception check.
14.
You can hear the heavy stomping sound of his overly modified body climbing up the ladder. on the outside of the building.
Okay. Then we're hopping down to the ground floor and sprinting
Okay.
out the front door.
Not being stealthy, I imagine? Dashing?
Nope.
Okay.
Yeah.
You are able to get down to the ground floor, and at that point you can hear the heavy stomping footsteps on the roof, and this just guttural roar of anger as he finds the body, another body of one of his guys.
Mm-hmm.
And so you head out the main entrance. All right.
Yep.
You get out the main entrance and you start running towards the gate.
Mm-hmm.
As you approach it, you hear that roar again. And then the ground nearly shakes under your feet as about 60 feet behind you, Big Boss has jumped off the roof and landed on the ground, coming after you.
Okay. I'm booking it for the car.
Okay. Okay. Give me... athletics or acrobatics check. Your choice.
We'll do acrobatics just because I have the +6. 16.
Big Boss rolled a 19. Big Boss catches up right behind you and reaches out with one huge cybernetic hulking arm and attempts to grab you around the shoulder and neck. Contested athletics.
I'm gonna apply my 1d4 thing to this because it has not been an hour. Let's see if that works.
Yeah, you beat him. So he goes to grab you. You can tell he's trying to grab you and like yank you back, but you're able to just break his grip and shoulder charge through it.
Okay.
So what's the plan?
He's right on me.
Car's about
Then...
20 feet away.
If he can go 60 feet that quickly, then the car will probably be able to outpace him. How badly do I want to put my friends in further danger? Fuck it, car chase scene, let's go! I'm gonna book it for the car and just, like, yank open the back door and climb in and just go, gas, now, go, go, go! I'm gonna pull out my gun and lean out the window and watch this big guy.
Okay. And yeah, the engine's already running and Josh wastes no time. He just slams on the gas, squeals the tire, and the car takes off, passing right by the Big Boss, who with his huge machete arm is going to swing at the car.
Damn, what is with him rolling 19s?
It'd be like that sometimes. Yeah, he's going to slash at the car, and that big old blade is going to gouge through a good portion of steel on the driver's side. It actually comes through the door, and like as you lean over, it just barely misses you as you bend around it, basically.
Okay.
And the car takes off, and he takes chase after you guys. Your turn.
I'm gonna lean out the door and I'm gonna shoot at him.
25 is going to hit.
I'm pretty sure 11 misses. And you know what? For shits and giggles, let's use my action surge and do that again. Not literally.
No,
Jesus.
literally.
Okay, 23 to hit the second one.
So a total of 5 and 12?
An additional 12 piercing.
Alright, so 17 piercing damage to him. One of the shots kind of glances off of his armored cybernetic carapace, but one of them you see catches him like right on the side of the neck, and you see actual blood sputter out of him, and he sort of lets out this angry roar, and just takes chase after you guys. And you are amazed to see that he is able to keep pace with the car, and jumps, like just takes a leap from his running position, launching himself forward into the air and landing on top of the car. And you feel the shocks bounce, and the car sort of fishtail as Joshua struggles to retain control of it. And dude is on top of y'all now. And that blade is going to take a blind attack through the roof. And that's going to be 18 to hit.
Yep, that hits me. Yep, that hits me.
I didn't say he was aiming for you.
Oh, that's true.
The blade comes down through the roof in the front of the car and just plants itself in Joshua's shoulder.
Fuck.
And Josh is now bloodied.
Okay.
Your turn.
I'm gonna shoot this man again. Just lean out the side of the thing and shoot. 25 and 23, and that is 13 piercing damage.
Okay. Both of those hit. 13 piercing damage. So he's looking kind of rough right now. He's definitely beyond bloody. He's badly beaten.
Okay. And then, with two-weapon fighting, I can do a bonus action to shoot him one more time, right? So 14 hit?
14 does hit.
Then another 4 piercing on that. Ooh. If I'm hanging out the side, and he's presumably just straight on top of the car, with his head to the front, does he have any cool cybernetics on like the side of his head or anything?
Yeah, he's got a data port.
I want to aim for that.
And yeah, so you're gonna take this final shot, aiming for the data port on the side of his head, like right behind his ear. And there's some bumps in the road and some swerves, and you just wait for the perfect moment to get this shot off when the shot lines up, and you pull the trigger when it does, and practically you can see it in slow motion, the bullet leaving the barrel and soaring through the air and just cutting into his skull right where the port is, tearing his skull and spattering brain matter and pink mist into the air as he just goes limp and falls off the car, going full speed. And you just see the sparks flying as his body slides on the asphalt behind you guys.
Perfect. After that, I'm gonna duck back into the car proper and pull out the med syringe thing that my buddy gave me, and I'm gonna inject it directly into his shoulder.
And yeah, his shoulder will heal up. There's some bruising there, but you won't lose the arm.
That's good. And then I'm gonna say, we should get her to a hospital because I'm pretty sure she's drugged up. I don't know what on. Probably not the same shit that I'm on. Wrong thing to say. Hospital.
It's like, yeah, hospital. He is amped up on adrenaline right now. And just like, yeah, let's go, let's fucking do this. And he's just tearing through the streets, getting out of Oceanside. And once you guys, feel a little safer and far enough away, he goes to the nearest hospital and helps you carry her in.
We're just gonna ignore our own bullet wounds.
As is tradition.
As is tradition.
Yeah, you'll get checked in. Nurses will meet you and take Scarlet from you and take her into the back. And yeah, you guys wait a little while, probably about 2 hours, before a doctor comes out and talks to you. And he says, "You're with Scarlet is her name?" Well,
yeah.
I've got good news and bad news. Which would you prefer first?
Bad news first, good news second?
The bad news is her cyberbrain has been hacked. Large portions of her memory have been completely erased, and a virus has been uploaded that was degrading her by the minute. We were able to apply anti-malware. The virus is no longer spreading, but severe damage has been done.
Okay. Good news?
She's alive. Her body's perfectly healthy. Her brain's perfectly healthy. We think, if given enough time, some of those memories can come back and she can relearn to function as a person.
Okay. That's better than alternatives.
Yes, well, she'll be released shortly. You'll need the bed space. Here is your bill. And then he'll turn and walk away.
I'll take that and glance at it and pretend not to see the number and just hand that to Josh.
And Josh is just sitting there, like, head in his hands, looking at it, not really sure if he should be grateful that his girlfriend's alive or that he's gonna be in debt for years.
Well, tell you what, if she had any of that money that she was supposed to get, just don't give it to me, put it on that.
Alright. Thanks, Eves. I can't thank you enough.
Like I said, this stays between us. That's all I need you to do.
Zeke won't hear a word about it.
I hope he doesn't.
Well,
I'm gonna have to explain it to him anyway. But, Sylvie.
well, I can wait here and take her home. You don't have to wait around anymore. You can go home.
Okay.
Get some rest.
Fuck, I need to talk to Zink though. I was supposed to do shit today.
And it's now
okay.
like, it's
Yeah,
probably like 4:30 in the morning at this point. And they would have been expecting you hours
shit.
ago.
How many unread text messages do I have from them?
8.
Probably increasingly
Some from
angry
Zink,
and
some from
angrier.
Mom.
Okay. Yeah, okay. I'll give me updates on how Scarlett's doing, Josh, and I'll see you around.
Alrighties, will do. Take care.
You too. And I'm sorry about all of this shit.
Could have been worse, right?
Yeah, yep, definitely could have been worse.
Well, see you around.
I'll pat him on the shoulder and hail another cab, I guess, if I can find one at 4:30 in the morning. And I will give them the address to my parents'
That'll
house.
be a 40 credit ride.
Reluctantly handing those over.
On the way there, your phone rings. It's Zink.
I'll pick it up, regardless of who it is.
Oh, now you're picking up.
Hey, babe.
What the
I'm
fuck,
sorry.
Eeks?
Something happened at work.
We've talked about this.
Zink. Something happened to one of the girls at Eden's.
The excuses are getting old. Eeks. You gotta have priorities.
Zink,
and my
I'm
car's
serious.
gotta be your priority. He's your kid. He needed new clothes for school.
No, Zink, please, listen. Please. I asked Scarlett. You remember Scarlett?
Yes, I remember Scarlett.
I asked her to take on a job for me, and she said that she was gonna pay me some of the money from the commission, and she didn't show up to work today. And I got worried and freaked out, and when we went to go, me and her boyfriend Josh, we went to her apartment and found blood, okay? And we freaked out and had to go find her.
And he just sighs and says, "Alright, fine." And then hangs up.
Fucking hell, okay? Eeks is just going to stare at their phone for the rest of the ride home.
It doesn't ring again.
As they expected.
And Eags rides the rest of the way home in contemplative silence. As the neon lights of the city surround them. And that will be this session.
Awesome.
All right. Yeah, that was fun.
That was
Thanks
fun.
everyone who joined us for this little experiment. We appreciate it. We will be continuing these Thursday afternoon solo player one-shots in a few weeks when we finish Rime of the Frost Maiden and officially launch the Cyberpunk campaign thereafter. In the meantime, follow us on Twitter, Eldritch_Sky, Schrodinger's King. You can see the ats on the scroll bys down there.
I finally can look at these.
And
that looks awesome.
In the meantime, we'll see you guys Sunday. Thanks for hanging out.
Yeah, thanks,
Good night,
guys.
y'all.